Hi friends! It's been a while since I've worked on something other than a Volvo, but today I'll be working on a Mercedes for the very first time in my life. Now you all may be wondering, what's this random Mercedes doing in a Volvo garage? Because for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm currently working at my local Volvo garage full service today, but this is my friend's car and it's in some desperate need for some regular maintenance. And since I've never worked on a Mercedes before, I figured it would be fun for me to do this and take you guys along the way. Now let me show you guys this car real quick, because I think it's actually really pretty. It's looking very shiny and nice, and I actually really like this car. I've always liked this model, but yeah, now I can finally work on one. Now what I want to do today is replace the brakes and do a little oil change. Now last time my friend brought this car to the garage, he was told that it was impossible to replace this oil filter because it was so stuck. Well, of course it is possible to replace this oil filter with a bit more effort, so I'm going to get started with that today. First things first, let's pop the hood. I think this is funny, when you pop the hood from the inside, this little lid comes out that you can pull, I think. Oh, it took me a sec to locate this oil filter, but it's located right there. But first, let's drain the old oil. That's some nasty oil. After letting the oil fully drain, it is time to put the oil plug back in. And of course, I'm using a new copper ring when doing so. Oil's out, so let's see if we can get the filter out too. Alright, so normally oil filters are supposed to be hand tightened, but obviously since this one's stuck, I can't remove it by hand. So the first tool I want to try and use are these big water pump pliers. I believe that's what they're called, but let's give this a try. It doesn't seem to work, unfortunately, so let's try something else. Alright, let's try and use this. Can you see it? Yeah, maybe that will help. Unfortunately, this wasn't the solution either. Okay, next thing I want to try is to remove that air filter box, because hopefully I can then reach that oil filter a bit easier. Luckily, this air filter box is super easy to remove. You just have to undo 8 clips, I believe, and 4 bolts to undo the top cover. Then there's 3 more bolts keeping the box itself in place. And after disconnecting one connector and one hose, I could easily take it off. Alright, let's give this another go, and I'm really hoping that this will work, because I know you can just jam a flathead screwdriver through there and then try to loosen it, but I'd rather not do that, because it can be that you just break the entire oil filter and then can never get it off anymore. So hopefully this will work. It's getting loose, but how can an oil filter be this stuck? Alright, so I did end up using that little tool after all, and I put it all the way at the bottom of the oil filter, and with a lot of force it does want to turn, but I'm not that strong, but I'm gonna keep trying. It did turn a little, so. Alright, 0 points for my friend's garage and 10 points for me. I got it off and it looks horrible now, but let's go and install the new oil filter.
Unfortunately, you can't pre-fill this oil filter since it's placed upside down. But I put the filter in place and then went on to pour some new fresh oil in. And I'm using 5 liters of 10W40 for this.
Alright, that's it for the oil change. Now let's reinstall that air filter box and then hopefully I can do the brakes a bit quicker, because I've never taken this much time to do an oil change, but hopefully the brakes aren't as bad either.
Alright, now onto the brakes, for which, of course, I have to put the car up in the air again. I'm starting off by removing the wheel so we can reach the brakes. And after that, it is time to remove the discs and pads. First thing I gotta undo are the 2 bolts keeping the brake caliper in place, and after doing so, I could easily slide it off. Now that I have the brake caliper out of the way, there's 2 more bolts securing the bracket that we have to remove as well so we can get to the brake disc.
That all came off quite easily, but this is already giving me a headache, so hopefully I can get that loose too.
In my opinion, these little screws are always the hardest to remove when doing brakes. Oftentimes they snap or get stripped, with the latter being the most annoying, because then you have to get the drill out. Luckily, that didn't happen today, even though this one snapped.
Well, that was easier than removing the oil filter. Now let's clean everything up so we can go and reinstall the brakes. And of course, before I go and push this brake caliper back, I'm going to check how full the brake fluid reservoir is. English is hard, and yes, I should have checked that before putting that car up in the air, but let's do it now. Luckily, this isn't filled up all the way to max, so we can press that brake caliper back. Also, the reason I'm checking whether that reservoir was full is because sometimes people do top off all of the brake fluid, and then when you press these calipers back, they get over full. So always make sure that it's not filled up all the way to the max when it's not your car and you're not 100% sure whether it's topped off or not.
When doing brakes, I always make sure to properly clean and grease the surface where the disc connects to the wheel hub and where the brake pads slide in the bracket.
Well, this still seems to be all looped up, but I'm gonna just add some more just to be sure.
And when everything's nice and greased, it is time to reinstall the bracket.
Well, these new brake pads are definitely a whole lot thicker than the old ones.
Now let's install these new brake pads into the bracket we just put back on, so that we can then reinstall the brake caliper.
One out of 4 done. Now let's go and do the other 3.
But first, let's not forget to put the wheel back in place. And I'm not putting the hubcap back on just yet, so I remember to torque down the wheels at the end. On to the other side of the car.
Now I kinda didn't explain anything while working on the other side, because of course this is my first time working on a Mercedes, but the principle is always kind of the same. There's just 2, wait, let me try and get this focused. There's 2 bolts, one right here and one right there, that you gotta undo to remove the brake caliper itself. And then there's 2 more bolts at the back side to remove this little bracket, and then you can just remove everything. But I'll try to show you in a sec. Now I must say that even though doing an oil change and some brakes isn't the most interesting job to do in the world, I do think it is fun to be working on something else than a Volvo for a change, because I always like to learn new things and work on different cars too, so I am really enjoying this actually. Alright, I promised you guys to try and show you how to remove the bracket as well. That's just this bolt and then one on the top side too, and hopefully I can get it on camera. Yeah, there is the other one, so just undo those and then you can remove the bracket.
Alright, I think you got the point by now, so let me go through this a bit quicker so I can then show you how to do this on the back side of the car.
Now for the back side you don't have a bracket, as you can see. So first thing I'm gonna do, now that everything's still in place, is try and hammer these little pins out so I can go and remove the brake pads. And then there's two bolts at the back side that keep the caliper in place, it seems. So that's what I'm going to do. But first I'm going to spray some penetrating oil on here. So I think it will be a bit easier to remove those. Okay, just look at these cute little brake pads for a sec. Aw. Three brakes done. Now let's go to the other side of the car and do the last one. And that's it for the fourth brake. So now I'm all nice and done. And yes, my face is probably black, but I don't really care because I'm a shower when I get home. But that was it for my very first time of working on a Mercedes. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!